The sky betrayed them. The Air India crash that shook the nation. It was an ordinary summer morning on June 12, 2025 in Ahmedabad, India. A Boeing 787 Dreamliner Flight AI-171 stood on the runway preparing for takeoff to London. The engines roared. Passengers fastened their seatbelts. Smiles, prayers, goodbyes, dreams. On board were 242 people, families, students, tourists, cabin crew. At exactly 6:18 a.m., the plane began its run. But something was wrong. The aircraft sped down the entire length of the runway, too slow, too long. By the time it lifted into the air, it was already too late. Within 30 seconds, the pilots lost control. The engines failed to generate full thrust. Alarms blared. The jet dipped. A voice screamed over the radio, "Mayday! Mayday, thrust not achieved. We're going down." Then, silence. The aircraft crashed into a school hostel just beyond the airport perimeter. A massive explosion lit the sky. 241 people on board died instantly. 19 more on the ground perished. Over 60 others were injured, many of them children. Only one man survived, a 27-year-old in seat 11A, thrown clear by a fluke. He walked out dazed, barefoot, covered in ash. "I was surrounded by fire. And then, I wasn't," he said. "I don't know why I lived." What went wrong? The questions came fast. Why did the engines fail at takeoff? Why didn't the plane climb? Why did a recently refurbished jet fall out of the sky? Investigators discovered that the aircraft's engine thrust was inadequate. Flaps or landing gear may have malfunctioned, preventing proper lift. And most alarming of all, the aircraft had undergone major refurbishing just weeks earlier. Something went horribly wrong, either in maintenance, engineering, or training. The black boxes were recovered. The world waits for answers. But the problem goes deeper than just this crash. Air India has faced multiple warnings from safety regulators. Aircraft were flying past due maintenance deadlines. Slide systems were found unchecked. Pilots were operating beyond regulated duty hours. One flight recently tried to take off from a taxiway, not a runway. This crash wasn't just an accident. It was a chain reaction of ignored warnings, poor oversight, and pressure to keep flying, no matter the cost. And at the heart of it all is the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, a jet once called the plane of the future, now under global scrutiny. Why should passengers be worried? This is the first fatal crash involving a Boeing 787 Dreamliner in history. That alone is shocking. 2 engines failed at once. This is extremely rare unless something was deeply wrong in the aircraft systems. Air India's fleet is stretched, aged, and often pushed beyond safety limits due to staff shortages and tight turnarounds. And the airline is now under criminal investigation for alleged negligence. This is more than a